I've sold over $13 million to the trading audience, people interested in stock, crypto, Forex. And I'm going to give you the customer journey and what these people buy as they are learning the skill, as they are trading, as they are building their trading business. And some of these business models I describe in this customer journey, because with each thing that the customer buys, there is a model behind, there's a money model. And you could be the one who is the guru, you could be the technology provider, you could be the trading signal person, right? That's completely on the back end working with the guru. You could be the marketers, a lot of different roles that you can have. Well, let's talk about the simplest one to understand, and that is the broker. Because in order to trade, you need a broker. Brokers collect fees. And guess what? Brokers also pay affiliate commissions for sending them traffic. So you could make money just sending people to a broker. You could also make money selling people a course. The brand I worked with many years ago first started as a Robinhood affiliate. He didn't have a course. He was a Robinhood affiliate and he would make money every time somebody would sign up. Then he opened up a course. But in the most simplest version, this looked like an ebook he started with. And then he had a 297 course. And then he had a community that was between $119 to $150 a month. And eventually we sold them and it's not going to end here, coaching. What happens after the coaching? More coaching? Not so fast. Once we've earned the trust of somebody enough to coach them, you can actually make suggestions to other parts of their life, other parts of their business that has a lot to do with their money. So the next one that we did was a joint venture with Prime Corporate Services. What do? They will set up your business entity and accounting structure so that you are trading stocks as a business and not as a personal, which means you can write off your educational expenses. You can write off your computer. You can write off a lot of things as a business. And it'll also help you in the case of losing money in the stock market, write off those losses a lot better. And you're taxed differently as well, depending on where you live in the world. This applied mainly to the US, this whole tax structure, because you're treated differently if you trade as a business versus a person. And so they would call our buyers and they did a webinar, Webby, to our buyer list, informing them on why it was a good decision to start trading as a business, using case studies of people they've already helped, ultimately giving them advice on how they could save more money every single year. And in real time, showing them savings on like a spreadsheet. Now, what do we have to sell after that? We have estate planning. I'm just going to start a new box right here. We have estate planning, and then we have alternative investments, or investments of any kind, but alternative investments, or like a fund. This is pretty complex. I know there are people who teach how to build the funds, but you could technically partner with a fund in a way and source them clients who you've been coaching and then take part in, compensation. But the estate planning is a natural progression because if you know that somebody is already wealthy, they don't have any plans around continuity after they pass of where their wealth goes, they're going to get shafted on, well, if they live in the US, they're going to get shafted in taxes. And their kids, their spouse, anybody who inherits their wealth, it's not going to be very happy about it. So it's best to do preventative measures and estate planning, especially if you're in the real estate niche. And we can, in the same as for all of these, get a commission by referring an estate planner. But you notice how there could be a guru who just focuses on selling this course, and there's all these other ways that they could be making money. Shoot, you could even make money off of referring people over to a bank. Like Mercury. Mercury pays a commission. It's not infinite earnings, but they'll pay you money by referring over to a bank. Because assuming you give the advice that, hey, if you're trading as a person right now and you are not set up as a business at all, you don't have a business bank account, you need to do that, bud. And by the way, here's Mercury Bank. Use the link, and then you get paid, $250 by Mercury. All of these add up, and then you have a total sum client lifetime gross profit, which you then inform your entire team, which, if you're a one-man business, your whole team could be ChatGPT, but now ChatGPT knows that your entire model is deriving revenue from all these different sources. Some more within your control, others completely out of your control and is completely referral basis. But now you have solved problems in multiple vectors. You've in effect created a lifetime of value. And that's how you get that lifetime gross profit. So you're sitting on, yes, a buyer list. If you're just selling a course, it's worth $300. You're sitting on this list of people, and they're going to eventually use all these other solutions anyways. Maybe not coaching, but a lot of other stuff as they progress in their awareness of navigating this sector, stock market investing. They're going to use these anyways. They might as well use it through you. And every business model or every industry has a situation like this where somebody's focused on selling one particular product, but on the periphery, they could sell other things. Now, how do you make sure that it doesn't become a distraction? Because a distraction would mean that you lose money. You just got to do a simple time audit. That's a solution. Because if you're spending several hours a week on that activity that's not generating near or long-term revenue for yourself, you're building somebody else's business. There's a situation where you could be totally focused on this one joint venture and getting everybody to go over into this estate planning or accounting setup, but you're making barely any money, but you're putting a lot of effort into it. It should really stay a side thing and not a main thing. And that's where delegation comes into play. You have these different sections of the business, and then there's somebody who will be in charge of controlling that. Maybe it's somebody from the joint venture side, for example, the affiliate manager at the joint venture person's company, or it's somebody from your side. Oftentimes, companies get big, they have affiliate managers though, like WAP, like ClickFunnels, and that's their core objective, is to make sure that the people who are sending them traffic, that they're continuing to do so and that they're compensated well and they're given bonuses and such. So that is the simplest way to understand the stock market niche, how to maximize client lifetime value in this niche. And I hope, even if you're not in this industry, you will get some ideas, some creativity for whatever business model that you're helping. And if you want help building a back-end offer, go to backendoffers.com and we'll do an audit and see what kind of stack could create higher lifetime gross profit for your company. And I'll talk to you next time.